make a drink.
Really?
All
What
right,
were you
jump
doing?
up, make one.
Buying gear, which I always do on the breaks.
You mean gear?
I look at your
junk?
I look at your setup, Andy, and I go, how can I not look like that? And then I go,
What do you mean?
I go online and I buy it. It's like really quick,
Paris?
and no one sends me money.
Who wouldn't want to be here? Look at that.
You
Yeah.
did fix it halfway through the last podcast.
Well, it was just the lighting.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know,
I
that's
should get
half of what we're doing here, right?
I should get a lighting
Video
guy over here to
and-
troubleshoot.
All right, I'm sorted.
Well, this
Let
is
me
where
get-
we'll insert Larry talking football.
Let me
There
get.
you
I
go.
gotta make a drink.
Drink.
Oh shit! What I got in the background there? I didn't even mean for that.
That's Brett Erickson. I mean, I can't afford to put Brett Erickson behind me.
Ask her before you die.
That's the one I wanted.
There you go.
Patreon.
Hey, everybody.
James
Patreon
was joking that what our
See.
weekend was the all top level of Patreon. It's like you get 3 days, you pay for lodging, you pick up the bill.
Win a date with Andy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's but yeah, it's definitely more than $5 a month for that level. I think. God damn it! I'm trying not to drink. Well, I've had one drink tonight, but I don't have backup. I don't have an. Oh wait, I do.
Yeah.
Never mind. I was trying not to, but it's only because I forgot I have schnapps at my left.
I decided to go with a nice, fine sipping scotch, Andy.
Well,
gonna
this is
have
what
a
I
nice-
I can
Nice
still
couple
get.
fingers of scotch.
You can still get a little bit mouthy drunk, but I'll remember some of it with this.
You don't have to remember we're recording.
The
Pretty
only
good.
liquor Andy has is what's left over from his ski trip, apparently.
Yeah. No, I got a whole bottle of vodka too,
The
but
only time anybody drinks schnapps is when they're skiing.
that's what I
It's
got
the
it for.
best with orange
Or
juice in a
instead
photo
of
bag.
raid.
Yeah, I put it out in the snowbank by my car,
Yep.
and then I had hot cocoa. I was like, man, I had everything going. It's just it was a blizzard, so I was like, it was like survival at that point. I was
You could
no
really
longer
just kind of
skiing.
leave it in your car, though, right? It's still
I
cold.
could have,
in
but
your
it's
car.
cool. It's cool to get in there and then it's like a blizzard, and I try to do like Nick Nolte noises, like
Yeah.
Christ, and then kick my
Yeah.
boots off, and then to pull the bottle out of the snow, pour it on top of some hot chocolate. I had a tail end of whipped cream, so a little blast of that.
What you
I
did
had
a shot of
I had to
ready
whip
whip?
it.
Yeah. Just drizzles it into
Ready
his
whip.
Yeah, I don't care about the whipped cream. I
It's
just
not
like
really the whipped cream you're going for at that point.
shit.
like if I had taken somebody else skiing, they would have said I was thoughtful that I did all that. But I just I'm thought. That's the thing is I'm getting better
I call
about
it
taking care of
Tuesday.
myself. Like I want to do. Yeah.
This
Why don't I
wasn't
just
for
go get
you.
myself a cheese tray? Why do I need other people to go, set up a fucking spread? Got to accept it. Sooner or later, you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're unlovable to other people. So if you don't know how to have a good time and put out crackers and cheese for yourself, then you are fucked. Or not fucked, but you're, ignored.
You're gonna live a cheese and crackerless life eventually.
I now know that I could hit the road and become a Tom in a small town. Small town Tom.
A Tom?
Guy in town, the lady was saying, "Hey Tom."
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I don't know who Tom is, but I kind of admire his style. Like a fucking woman, would roll up on him and think, Tom probably would have loaded up and let her buy him coffee, and then,
Andy, you're 80% there. You already looked like him.
from
You
behind.
just didn't say yes. Oh,
Well,
hey.
I think we're both extremely fit,
Mm-hmm.
and I could have played. I don't know, man. It's just she wasn't my cup of hot tea. But if she would have
She
rolled up
smiled
on
and
me
it
with
looked like
that
she.
and said, "Oh, hey Tom, do you want to have a breakfast sandwich?" Because that's really what I was out looking for, is the ultimate breakfast sandwich. So that's where you start.
So she had to guess what you were in the mood for, and that would have made it
I would have,
happen.
well, I would have
You'd have
been,
been
I would have
Tom.
probably could have, like it's roll over into your place and make polite, charming conversation while this, and then once I get the sandwich and I fucking leave, you know, like, oh, it's been nice, like fucking, it's a small enough town. I could have just like got the sandwich and said, hang on, I'll be right back.
She would have known it wasn't Tom at that point.
It
Oh,
would have
yeah.
been awkward when you realized that she was trying to get Tom to take her to his place, and you're trying to wait to go to her place.
Because she was homeless.
Oh shit!
Well, she had that kind of car.
How was Tom's place? Wrong guy.
Again.
Y'all hot's Tom. He's a playa. But that's a ripe market. If you can, if that's your thing, with old ladies who've had a run of meth and now trying to get their lives together.
That sounds more like Larry's cup of tea.
Yeah,
I thought
man.
you were talking about being mistooken for someone else.
Oh my God, I should have picked her up and driven her down to Larry's. Because Larry, Larry, hey, Larry, it's my friend here. She's gonna suck your dick. He'd be, oh, all right,
Tom.
He would have watched the Chiefs game, gotten his dick sucked, and totally. That's what I should, I should try to look into how to get by a mouth loving for Larry before he checks out.
Like work off his bucket list?
He used to really like it a lot, because I remember one of the letters that he wrote to his lady from prison that I was reading. And, something he was really looking forward to is getting his dick in that mouth. And then he went, there was some golden shower talk. So, he's a romantic. He's a throwback. He's a gentleman from a different era.
Well, it sounds like he was like, how like when you're writing a letter and you have like, before you start writing the letter, you have it all figured out, you know exactly what you're going to say, and it's all beautiful in your mind. And then you start writing the letter and you can't remember really what it was. And then you just have to start going with what's there, like he's in jail. So he's in, like to him, it's like, oh, shower sex. Like,
Yeah.
Let's do that. Like,
well,
yeah,
I didn't even know what that term meant.
I'll pee on you.
Yeah, my brother, like we were cleaning out his stuff, and then we come across that letter, and he read it, and I was like, I did not know what a golden shower was at that time. Now I've had them,
I'm not only a member, I'm the president.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say I'm an enthusiast or nothing, especially after reading. I was an enthusiast until I did Doug's book on Audible. Now I'd say I find it repulsive and a dirty trick. And Doug's a sneaky Pete. And shame on you, Bird Cloud. I thought you were artist.
Wow, naming names.
Well,
yeah, this is Patreon, man. We're bringing it.
Yeah.
This is what you get for $5.
Yep, you get the full small town Tom treatment on Patreon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I ran off some. There was some. We had right before the podcast, before James got here, a car pulled up and it was all dented and shit. Like the upper place up above that's pretty standard. And so I'm just up here and I'm in a good mood listening to music, and I had a fucking, I'm trying to not be a dick about things, but I go, hey man, that ain't where you should be parking. That's a turnaround spot. And then they looked up. I didn't really pay attention to who they were or anything, and then I just like wandered off. And then later I hear music coming from up over. It's like a different place, but I can see over there a little bit, and it's chicks dancing. So I'm like, whoa, okay, because the car had a lot of dents in it. So then I'm putting two and two together. Like I wonder what's going on.
These were the strippers.
I think. Well, I went and got my binoculars from the car, and then I come up and and like I'm just focusing them, and then I'm like, they pull their. It's like, oh, okay, that was everything's working out. Like I had 25 extra cents at the weed store, and I just got binoculars. This is the people I was trying to run out of my driveway. Now they're over there and they're doing. I think they're podcasting because they're pulling their. They're all. I saw 4 sets of young kids over there without. You know, it was like. That's really lucky I had them binoculars, and I think they have better eyes than I do because I think they saw me, so they weren't dancing as much, you know.
This is Andy's It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah. So you should at least look at who you're telling to get off your lawn. And I still want them off my lawn, but I appreciated that they were over there showing you having a good time, you know.
So ask if you can see their tits before you ask them to get off of your property.
Well, I'll say this for them, you know, don't be, you know, look, it's a good thing I ain't Ted Bundy over here, you know, parking your dented car unaware, showing your titties and
In
you
line.
know, who do you know, I'm watching Richard Ramirez on you know, it's like, come on, ladies, you know, as a public service announcement, I need to let you know that there's some guys out here that are creepy fucks that would shove you in the back of your dented car and drive you out in the middle of nowhere. And I just don't want to see any competition. So, yeah, I'm excited to take a basket of muffins over there to greet them. Home to
A house neighbor type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know I've been next to you for 15 years, but
my mom.
What are you gonna bake?
My mom did Welcome Wagon. Do you guys hear of that program? Welcome Wagon. It was it was like a stupid thing, but merchants would pitch in like sponges and is that the Juggies?
no, that's your bachelorette party. I just wanted to throw some titties up there.
I know. I looked familiar. I was like, I think I know those girls. Wait, I know. Anyway.
We all know those types of girls.
No, it's a composite sketch. It's like yeah. Okay.
One of those is the Unabomber.
Yeah, they do a lineup and go, okay, you were with one of these women on 2 weeks ago. You were blackout drunk at a speakeasy, and then they do the lineup like, no. I guess not.
They all have to step forward.
Yeah.
They all have to step forward and say, hold up the card. Please, sir, get your rotten hands off of me. Step back.
They step up and go, hey, does that guy have binoculars? All right, number 3, step forward.
Yeah. Could I get number 3 to bend over and say, make your own breakfast sandwich, asshole?
Number 4, repeat, are you Tom?
Oh, yeah. It's like a flock of women like that should be. That's a Juggy. That does look like the Juggy lineup.
That's a Juggy of women. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
A Juggy of women. All right, James is exiting the building, so our romantic weekend is officially over. My Patreon.
That's how it is.
My Patreon platinum level weekend is over.
You knew it wouldn't last forever.
Yeah.
No,
with mandolin comedian.
The beauty of it is we're celebrities, so I probably won't even remember James next time I see him. He'll be like, "Hey, no, I was a Patreon platinum." Like, yeah, I do a lot of those, kid.
Yeah. Just introduce yourself to him every time you see him.
Yeah. I'm Andy. Yeah. It's cool to be on this level of fame. I got recognized on the street as the guy who ordered coffee a minute ago. Like, hey, Andy. I was like, yeah, that's me. And like, is this your copy, Andy? Like, oh, yeah. You want me to sign it? See you, James.
That's the best, though. That's at least getting recognized for something you want.
Mm-hmm. And I've been doing the Andy Dufresne every time. And I got a new thing I started doing. And I really, the first time I did it, it was a lady with a dog. And it was a service dog. And I go, hey, I just want to say I really appreciate what you do, your service. Thank you. And then the lady was like, huh? And then I did it to another guy. And I go, I appreciate your service. And he said, thank you. And then I didn't pay attention. He had a Vietnam hat on. And then it was awkward. It was like, I wanted to say, but next time, if I can do it again, if I see that setup, I'll say, I was talking to the dog. Give no shit about no Vietnam boats. I'm just saying I appreciate your dog dragging you to the buffet.
That's like the old
Yours.
joke of I was talking to the pig.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember the joke,
And
but I remember the punchline.
I've done it a few times, and it's fun, and I'm gonna bring it back. It's going to a store, and then say to somebody, "Hey, man, do you know where the so and so or what?" And then they go, "I don't work here." I'm not asking you where you work. I'm asking where. It doesn't work as much with a mask because you know.
Yeah.
I get
It's
that
fun
all
to
the
do.
time. I go into Ace Hardware out here, and I wear I have a work shirt, a Dickies work shirt that I got from the machine shop in Flint, Michigan.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
it's my favorite work shirt. And I mean, I walk in there, and the employees at Ace, with the helpful hardware person, they usually wear a red vest,
Yeah,
but
the red vest help.
people will come up to me and ask me a question, and I have my name on my thing. It says Greg, and right, and I go, why don't I just help them, right? And then I started getting dick eye because I go over this guy. Well, this is I have a line trimmer, and this is the one you want to use, and I think this is better. If you buy this other one, and then the guy comes over there, he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well," he's like, "Hey, I got this," and I'm like, now every time I go into Ace, that guy fucking like is like,
Yeah.
he's here. It's like
You got
it's like
Ace?
Secret Service. He's entered the building. I'm not trying to. I don't go around saying like I'm Mr. Ace. Ask me. People ask me something, and then that fucker goes and tells them to buy the more expensive fucking line, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, you're
Husqvarna has a deal with this. Yeah, it's fucking
helping
bullshit.
customers. Helping customers has nothing to do with corporate strategy.
Yeah,
That's
Motherfucker,
right.
we're upselling those. No, you go. That's a piece of shit. Honestly, I can't even believe we have that one. But for an extra 219, you'll be able to cut through your lady's fucking purse.
Shaylee, I can imagine you at the hardware store having people ask you just general questions being something that you would enjoy very much.
Oh yeah, if that guy like he recently they fired a bunch of old people, and they got young people in there who don't know anything about anything.
Oh,
Hey, where are the
They're
screws?
glad you're
I
there.
don't know, somewhere over there. I I relish it. I
Yeah.
look forward to helping like old people and stuff like that.
you should be like some sort of a superhero that just pops in there when
Yeah.
people are like, "I wish there was somebody here who could help me." Oh, hey, Greg. What do you need?
Well, I was at Walmart. I was at
He
Walmart
drops in like Shaylee challenge.
in a cannonball. Wow, you found me quite a few times there, sir. Can I help you?
There was always an Ace Hardware in Sierra Vista, and then Home Depot and Lowe's both came into the town as well. And Ace Hardware changed immediately. You walk into Ace Hardware in Sierra Vista, and there's somebody within 4 steps. Can I help you find what you're looking for? And they'll be like, yeah, I need some fucking pipe fittings. And they're like, that'll be down here on aisle 7. And then you walk up and they're on a radio going, we're going to be looking for pipe fittings. And then there's like someone that intercepts you and guides you to the pipe fittings where there's a guy waiting to help you get pipe fittings. I was like, holy fuck. Ace Hardware become the valet service when Home Depot and Lowe's moved to town.
Dude, this is how good they are in Sierra Vista. As they're like fast walking from the front of the store to the back en route to get something, I go, hey, I'm looking for a padlock that has a aisle 7. And it's like that quick. And I'm like, that's what I want in customer service. I want to be that guy. I want to wear the red vest. I only have a red Dickies shirt.
I would like you. Here's what I would hire Shaylee for if I owned the store: is I want you to come to Yachats, Oregon, and troubleshoot our Dollar General.
Oh my God! That is the worst of the dollar stores.
Can't you put all your bathroom stuff together?
Don't ever go there.
Well, I was looking for glasses or a cup. I went over there to get a cups, and then I come back with black African soap, a Hero Hershey bar, and some toothbrush, which I, was at that point, what's the use? But and then I didn't get cups, so I had to go back
Dollar
again.
General is the lowest of the low, except like a Asian like knockoff of the 99-cent store.
It's
which
like
the
if you
99-cent store started in Southern California.
When my daughter was little, I would put together a store, or like would save things from the grocery store, box them, tape them up, So she would set up a store as a child, and I would let her do it, and she had a better sense of how to lay out a store than the Dollar General. It's like, hey, why is your shampoos in the front corner and other bathroom items are in the separated in 3 aisles on the back corner? It seems like all that, But I want to go back there and redesign that. But I'd need
Just stay out of a Dollar General.
Yeah, I'd need like $500 to buy the store. It wasn't, but I do have a large Hershey bar that says I'm a hero. So I am. I'm through fucking denying it. I'm a hero, and I have been a first responder. So I'm a first responder and a hero. Yeah, that's cool. But I don't want no credit for it.
Andy, you're a pre-first responder.
Yeah.
Because you showed up before, because you were involved in the accident. You showed up before the first responders.
On the bus crash?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was right. Yeah, it was like, and sitting in the front. I was more of a responder than the people involved in the accident.
No, you were in the accident, Andy.
I know, but I was right behind the bus driver, and then the person who hit him, I was like right after that, I was responding. Like, whoa.
There could be no quicker responder than Andy Andrews.
Well, I remember I was in a bit of a drug fog, so I didn't I wasn't all it took a minute. I saw people crying and carrying on, so that had been going on a while before I got involved. But yeah, first responder. It's all right, I mean, I don't want people to send me money on Patreon or whatever. I do it for them, or I do it for the kids. Yeah, but these capes, I can't buy capes for free. I can't. There's a lot that goes into heroing. It's not just just show up.
Yeah. Don't send him the capes, everybody. Send him the cash, and then let him get the capes.
It's this whole size fitting thing.
It's a
Andy has a smaller neck than looks usual.
Yeah. You get a chafing here on your neck, and your whole day is shot.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm humble about it.
Clearly,
that's what makes my
I think
selfless heroism not something that fucks with me and makes me an ego head, is because I'm totally fine with it.
Right.
I like people come up and go, man, what you did was fucking something, and I just want to tell you, it's like, nah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Without people in crisis, I wouldn't be a hero.
I think you learned that gracious humility on your tours of Nam. Battling it out with the battalions over there, doing all that for your country, and not expecting any sort of reward other than maybe a T-shirt that says you were there. I think that sort of thing is where you picked that up, and I think it just kind of permeates the rest of your life.
I get choked up with the gratitude, the gratitude of people. Yeah, I think that's why
I'd like to see a thing where, how they always have the soldiers coming back from overseas at halftime of the football game and shit. We should do that, but Andy should have a fatigues on and jump in front of the guy, and the kid turns around and I don't know who that is.
I think it would be dangerous. But the Boogaloo Boys are up there at the Capitol, but I'd like to Rickroll them and do a little dancing. I could get a superhero outfit and get in the back of a pickup truck and Rickroll them some bitches. I think maybe everybody would sit down and calm down.
Mm-hmm.
The Bugaboos.
Yeah.
Hey, I think
guys.
I just came up with this. If you have boys in the title of anything and it's not a boy band, you're probably hated by everybody else. And that includes cowboys. and that's the only other one I can
What
think
about
of.
that great
besides
80s
Proud
band, the
Boys.
Bus Boys?
Fuck them. They were, well,
Collateral Damage.
yeah, collateral damage. We can't let them have an exemption for obvious reasons, and then go after the white groups. But well, they probably didn't like that title after they did it a while. Proud Boys, Bugaloo Boys, grow up, motherfuckers. It's time that you fucking swallow your loss. Shut the fuck up.
They are
Step
such
down,
miserable cunts.
Step down, step off, and shut the fuck up. We're all sick of your shit. You're a bunch of cunts. Sorry, it had to be said.
There's a lot of stupid groups you could join as an adult. I don't know why they had to make more.
Yeah, don't you have a bowling alley in your fucking town?
Yeah, really.
Join a bowling team, you idiot.
Yeah, I'd have more respect for them if they were a butt fucking potato eating club. I just had a loaded potato.
For that.
I don't know that they aren't. The problem is that that's not what they're advertising. They should own it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I remember a story about a BFPEC club. Andy, you didn't just make that up, right?
What?
Butt potato eating club?
Yeah, that come out of my noggin.
Oh, okay. I remember something on CNN about that.
Really?
I mean, because they're making clubs for everything.
Yeah, I mean, it might be, sometimes you think it's an original idea and then you just fell asleep while watching a potato fucking film. Damn it. That's a victimless crime. If the potatoes baked right and you're into it, hell. So, no, I did have a load
of you do all that butt fucking and you're going to want some starch. You know what I mean? You got to get something back in there.
At
So
it's like the carrot at the end of the stick in front of the donkey, so to speak. Walking that potato.
They were very close to be the beta carotene eating club.
That's a whole different thing, and that's probably healthier, at least it leads to something useful, if you take a carrot up the ass. I'm eating a potato. Edible. I'm eating a no. I did have a potato. I had a loaded potato for dinner.
But he left.
It's a Rice Krispie
and James
treat.
Left. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's gone now.
He's all wore out from the weekend. But I don't think we didn't do any hikes or anything. But I think he's just worn out from hanging out with me for 3 days.
It can be exhausting, dude. I can tell you.
When he played,
it's a lot of fun.
He played.
I
10
did
minutes
2 hours a
talking.
week.
Yeah, he did. He played 10 minutes back to me of what I said. Now, God damn it, I said all that stuff. Oh man, that's like. Well, that's what you get with the platinum level. You get 3 days that you financed.
Yeah,
I go.
They set that tier up too strictly.
I had $5. I haven't been, I had $5 from the weed transaction. I had $5, and then I had a bunch of quarters left over from the arcade. And then we went to the coffee place, and I go, I'll get this, James. And I ordered a scone. He just got coffee, and I put out, and I had $8 and 75 cents, and it was $8.50. And then James pointed to a sign that says no cash. So I go, okay, man, I guess you got this one.
Did you give him the $8?
I gave him $8.50 because I go because I got $10 worth of quarters at the arcade, so I But he goes, I can use those, So I did pass that money along. He's still in the hole for about 300.
You guys have a nice relationship.
Yeah, the lodging's what yeah. Young people, they still have earning potential.
That's right. He's got all that mandolier money.
Just gotta, buckle down. Take it serious. Speaking of heroes, MLK Day, and I agree with Brett. We don't need to call him Junior.
Yeah. Nobody thinks you're talking about his dad. Just call him Martin Luther King.
What does his dad ever do?
Nothing. That's the point. He named his son the same thing. That's all his dad ever did.
I heard.
So did Larry.
Didn't even have a dream.
I heard an interview from John Lewis from 2014 on my way up today, and it was one of the coolest things I've heard. That guy, he was like 20 years old, getting arrested and knew that history was propelling him forward, and he was fucking right. Not these these Nazis who think history's propelling you forward so we can fucking eventually sort you out and be done with you, hopefully. But I don't want to, anyway, yeah, fuck them guys.
John Lewis is a legit fucking badass.
A hero. He's,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not a hero. John Lewis is he self gave his life. They used to take beatings. They would beat
he
each
didn't
other.
give his life.
Well,
he gave his
died.
life. He was willing to give his life, and
he was willing.
When he was 20
to.
years old to 24, he thought they would get, they were in the front lines of hate and everything. And they thought they prepared each other by punching each other, putting cigarettes, they basically were prepared for it. And they said when they arrested him the first time, that there was the interview was great. The guy goes, he goes, there was a little smile, like a slight smile on your face when you got arrested. And he goes, well, and he asked him why, and he goes, because I knew we were prepared. And then he goes, I noticed when I brought that up that you had a slight smile on your face. It was like, it was a really good interview, but it made me fucking sad to think that all that shit went on in the same property, in the same fucking area that all this fucking bullshit is going on, and all this fucking unnecessary fucking bullshit. And fuck all, there was that cop who got wedged in that thing, and we all saw him. And did you see that interview where he's like, he goes, and then at some point, a group of fuckheads surrounded him and helped him get out. And he goes, I want to tell you guys, thank you, but fuck you for being there. And it's like, yeah, fuck them all for being there.
Yeah,
they all get.
Isn't he the guy that also said he was glad to be there, and he would have done it for free if those assholes would have showed up? Like, it was a pretty cool response.
Yeah, he was it's nice to know that guy's there on the other side, because you go, what, and I watched quite a bit. There was a new footage of it, and it's like, God damn, they weren't being they weren't all right. They were there to kill people and fucking torture people and rape people.
Well, did you hear the audio?
Rape people.
Yeah,
the audio from when that guy was when they were doing what I've got the screen up right now, is they were doing a heave ho, heave ho. I mean, they were in concert to try and push through that perimeter, and this guy was one that was a living thing in between them and the cops.
And those the ones who were close, the one who was close to him, just putting his hands on his face, pulling his mask, and like they dehumanized the, and when I saw that, I assumed he died, or he was the one who died or whatever. And it just, but it was so cool to see that interview where he's like, he's saying, I'll do it for free, pushing back on a fascist overthrow, and then fuck you for being here. And it's like, those guys, man, that they need to be deprogrammed, because they're so fucking into it, that none of them look like it was fun, none of them breaking into the thing were anything other than fucking angry assholes thinking that they had the right to fucking take over this shit, and they were going to do some fucked up shit to people if they caught them. Those are, they may not have planned on raping,
those
but those
were
are
true
fucking
believers,
a bunch of freaky
man.
Fucks, man. And
they were true believers. They were going to definitely do some violence.
Yeah,
they would have done something to Mike Pence. Whether they killed him or not, I don't know.
That would have
but
been
they
the
would
one,
have done something to
that
him.
would have been the one if they got one of them. Would be like, oh well, this is history. We're living history. I don't agree.
And then you're
with
like,
all the
Ted Cruz is down the hall, third door on your right.
Ted Cruz is.
They loved Cruz though, so they wouldn't.
Yeah, well, some of the footage I had there, they were going through a book and go, Cruz voted against him. That's right. I knew him. It was a hot mob. So if Cruz would, Cruz being a swarmy, unlikable, he would have been in trouble if anybody caught him.
Well, and that was a funny video too, because that was an example of those fucking dipshits reading that Cruz is objecting to the vote and not understanding what that meant, thinking that meant he was objecting to them, and like, this fucking guy, and then another guy had to explain it. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess he's pretty cool.
Yeah, so
Jesus,
they catch anybody in there, but They were a fucking hot mob, and and it's ridiculous that we're even talking about it like they should all be fucking dead. Every single one of those people broke in there should have been shot dead, and we should all be going, well, we're better off for losing them, you know? It's addition by subtraction.
I was involved in a mob down in back in 1988, right? I was at the hear me out. I was at the Monsters of Rock concert at the LA Coliseum in July of '88. It was Van Halen, Scorpions, Dokken, Metallica, and we were in the main field area, right? And around the entire field area, they had put a chain link fence up, so the people that were in the seats were separated from the people that were on the field, right? And this is the LA Coliseum. This is where they had the Olympics, right? And I remember being in the middle of that field and seeing the chain link fence start to go like this, right? It just is waving because everyone's shaking it, going like, why is there fucking fence here, right? And they ended up pushing it over, and people spilled over into that thing that had nothing to do with the people that pushed it down. They were just opportunistic at the time. And I can understand where there is a lot of people that went to that thing was like, man, I'm so glad I showed up here. It's like, you don't understand. There's people that are representing you and what you're saying right now by their actions that you saying you're even being there, you're being part of that.
Yeah. Were they there to protest Dokken's spot as an opener? Like,
no, clearly they were there because Kingdom Come was on the bill.
And we're going to take back the Monsters of Rock show.
Fucking overthrow this concert.
Should never have been included.
Was it David Lee Roth? Yeah, it had to be, you know.
Oh yeah.
Diamond Dave got them all fired up.
Yeah. Good shit.
Yeah. Oh, I saw. It was a black. I don't know if she's a comedian, but a black woman and responding to the rioters. And one of the little throwaway lines was, and not even a throwaway line, it's something that the black community is, no face, no case. And she was heckling, you know, like heckling, like no face, no case.
Yeah,
like, oh, okay, there's, you know, like, yeah, that's, you know, it's ridiculous that these people, you know, sorry you lost, man. You fucked up. You brought your cell phone and you had your face uncovered. You know, you let people know you were going there or whatever it is that'll get them. But, you know, you could have been there, done the same shit, had no fucking GPS on you with your face covered.
Yeah.
Since you're all paranoid, the government's tracking your movements and shit kind of guys. You kind of dropped the ball on it. You fucked up. You threw all your cards on the table. You fucked up, and a lot of you are gonna be fucking ruined by it. And it's hilarious.
Vanity's a bitch, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So defiant about not wearing a mask that you don't even wear one while committing a crime is fucking just hilarious to me, man.
In an area where they
fuck
they
you, facial
could have been wearing a
recognition
mask.
camera.
Yeah. That's the one thing that you know. Yeah, it's fucking great.
I told you guys that I had I knew a guy on Facebook. I mean, there's probably a whole bunch of them that I'm not aware of. But there's somebody that's the QAnon guy, and it's hilarious because I saw I don't remember what he posted. A big tirade about how now they've taken down Gab. I fucking tried to go to Gab, and fucking Gab is now the Second Amendment. We have no freedom of speech. Conservatives are being limited. I fucking looked at it and I go, I've never even heard of Gab. So I looked on Twitter. Gab has a Twitter account. Their pinned tweet was, it's a scheduled service maintenance. We tweeted about it this morning. Like fucking QAnon just ran with the fact that there was fucking their Gab was taken down, and Gab was like, no, we're not. It's fucking hilarious. Just within minutes. Oh, and the dude had comments all through it. Yeah, I read about it over here. Gab is the next victim. They told us last week. Like, it's fucking amazing how stupid people are.
Yeah, it's a fucking army of brainwashed dipshits. And once we get past it or whatever, it's like COVID. Once we're past it, I think we're all gonna have a real good laugh about these guys. And when they get punished and all that, it's gonna, I think that's what'll bring unity.
Well,
I agree.
I think we're
I think you're wrong.
Clearly, he's wrong.
Michael, can we throw beanbags? You know, we don't have to kill him, but can we throw beanbags at him and shit?
Admit this, that free, like the Second Amendment, freedom of speech, has nothing to do with what corporate America and what companies that have apps, what they can do.
Of course.
No shirts, no service, no, you know, it's like
no problem.
Yeah.
And I it's been pointed out so many times, but nobody will, you know, those people won't see it. But you can't. He hasn't been silenced. He has a fucking whole. He can call a press conference for. He has a whole fucking yard that's built for calling press conferences whenever the fuck he wants to.
Yeah.
Sorry,
President's
we removed that
before Twitter.
Yeah, the heckler can get on Yelp and review the show poorly, but he's gone.
If we're just giving our fucking opinions, I don't have a joke about it, but it is a fucking weird to be banned, to see it, you know, people being banned for whatever kind of speech. I mean, it should be recognized and called out for what it is, but to be banned is a fucking weird thing to see. I watched an old episode of South Park earlier today, and it was a cripple fight where the boys go to scouts, but Big Gay Al is their scout leader, and the dads get all fucking scared and get him kicked out, and instead get a big fucking meaty fucking child molester in there. So the boys fucking have a rally to get Big Gay Al back in, and the courts make him change it. And Big Gay Al gives a speech and says, I appreciate this, but this is not what I wanted. I like being able to be what I am, but those people should be able to say their opinion too, even if it's completely different of mine and it's wrong, you know. I was like, that's fucking apropos of today, you know. It's
well, the ones that you know, I mean, it went. I agree with Trump. Like he's a misinformation dipshit, and these people don't need any more you know.
Trump said that.
Well, no, but I mean, you know, like I don't know about all on down the line, but I think it's hilarious that they're all on a fucking service that they had to scan their driver's license to get on Parler, and then they shared information openly on that shit. It's like, man, they made a case for even the worst lawyer to fucking convict them. You know,
Giuliani's busy right now. He's being disbarred.
Well, yeah, poor guy.
He said worst.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's actually pretty.
I mean, it is interesting the way it all happened, the way it went down when, you know, Trump had no repercussions for 4 years from any social media site. And then all of a sudden the hammer came down on all of them at once. And you know, a lot of people think that points to their collusion and the, you know, the deep state or whatever it is you want to say that forced that to happen. But I think it's simpler than that. And I think it is these people, Jack at Twitter and Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook realized, shit, I'm gone. Am I still there? I lost it for a second.
Yeah, you're cutting out.
These guys, you're good. The social media companies understand that they could be civilly liable. That if Trump says to do this and someone gets injured, then they could be. That's what they're worried about anyway. And that's what they're making sure that doesn't happen to them. Like, fuck this. We don't want any part of this. You're done. It's not, and it has to do with their bottom line entirely.
Another possibility too. I mean, that's one of the reasons. Another one is a fucking different guys coming in at the helm, and what they did was fucking prop up and throw gasoline on the fire in a lot of cases for 4 years. And now they could get fucking called onto the carpet and have to fucking talk to a Senate that isn't full of the douchebags. And they're going.
Half of it is still full of
Trump.
douchebags.
Yeah. Now they're piling on and going. You know, I mean, it's cool because, you know, this guy, he's been such a fucking annoying douchebag for 4 years, and it looks like a lot of stressful situations are rolling at him. And good. I hope
they call it rats jumping off a sinking ship.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
And
I mean, Zuckerberg has always been like kind of aligned with Trump anyway, in like corporate wise, and then for them to take the stance they are now, I know we're borderline putting Chad to sleep here.
Political.
But it is one of those things where, like, I think that like with the new administration coming in, everyone has to pivot. They have to go, well, is now the time? Because in 48 hours is not the time to pivot away from Trump.
Yeah. I want to
has
be,
to be
you know,
before
you want to
he
jump
resigns.
off the plane, of Mr. Pillow plane right before it hits the
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
tower.
that
Jesus, I
guy
listened to
is
that
something
dude.
else,
He,
isn't
he
he?
says the reason Trump won is because he got so many votes that it
No,
broke the
that's
algorithm.
yeah. No, that's the reason he lost. He lost
Right.
because it was such a landslide. It broke the machines and made the
Oh, my
machines
God.
accidentally cheat for Biden because the algorithms got blown up.
Yeah.
Because they thought
That's not
they
how
had the rig,
algorithms work.
but they had the well. Listen, you may think that, but my
Maybe
pillow guy
that's
has
how
a
pillows
different.
work.
Never
We're
mind
so
any of that
Silly,
horse
this is
shit.
the same.
Never mind that horse shit, Mike. When are them pillows getting delivered? Fucking religious fucking fanatic fucking weird cunt. He's flying his private plane. He's gonna reveal the truth and it's just yeah.
Well,
We ordered 100 pillows and we're waiting on them still, Mike. What's going on? That's why does that guy's such a fucking turd.
My sweet mother's head died on one of those pillows, and I still
Yeah.
sleep on it every night, and I fucking love it.
You do? My
yeah.
pillow? No way. Wow.
Look, I didn't
Look at
go
these.
and buy the product because of him. And there's no copper woven into it.
I would like to, from what I just heard from that story, it sounds like to me that the My Pillow guy killed your mom, and that's the narrative I'm taking
Well,
with
then
it.
it's killing
I
me.
think he's
killing
got
me
I think
softly with a sweet
he's
song.
got blood on
Well,
his
here's
ear.
something that I don't know a lot of people know about. Mr. Pillow does a lot of business with like Mary. He has a lot of corporate customers. And whenever I'm staying in one of those places and I discover a Mr. Pillow, well, I do a little fecal blood painting on them. I know it's awful, but
you're the reason I cringe when I
but
walk into a
in the-
hotel.
Yeah, Andy, that's as
You and
dumb
Red
as the
Band.
people who burn the coffee machine that they already bought. You're not
Yeah.
getting back at
but
me,
I write.
Jizz,
Here's the thing, though.
You're getting
Before
back
you
at
go
me
judge
when I
me,
check into
before
that
you think
room,
it's
you
a
asshole.
sinful
I didn't do
thing,
nothing to
I
you. Why are you
write.
jizzing in
I
my
write a
coffee maker?
proverb. I write like "Thou shall not" or whatever. Sometimes it takes a couple hours to finish a message. So enjoy your My Pillows out there.
That's what Andy's doing on the road instead of working on his set.
I write
Making
a
a set list.
Blood and
HBO,
feces.
hey, HBO's on the line, Andy. No, I'm busy. I've got to finish my
Guys,
masterpiece.
I'm almost there. I'll be there in a second.
Yeah,
Where's your notebook? No, I just have a pillow. I write on shit.
I just need more vodka and chicken wings to finish. I need more ink.
Fucking Andy.
I'm healthy now.
Oh fuck.
Well, somebody suggested that we had an emergency one on the 20th, but if bombs start blowing up and things get squirrely, I don't even know if I do that, But if it's funny,
it will have happened when this comes out. So if we do have an emergency meeting on the 20th, that we'll be doing that before anyone sees this. So, we'll see what happens. It's quite an amazing time. I still have some QAnon friends who are still true believers who are convinced that the National Guard is actually in Washington to make the arrests.
Yeah, they're
Finally.
God's army.
And Trump is
president.
Oh, here's a point I thought of, because they're saying there's 250,000 troops, and when you say that those are individual people. I didn't know that.
Wait,
a troop
hold on
is
a
a
second.
person.
There's quarter of a million troops.
25,000.
Is it
25,000?
25,000 troop people, and they're gonna vet all of them in like 3 or 4 days, and then we have cops who are on police forces for like 30 years doing fucking bad shit, and they say they can't vet everybody. Like, fucking, if you can vet 25,000 troops under these conditions in 3 days and determine if they're fucking tied to white nationalists through their Facebook or any of that shit, and you tell them they can't do the job, you're fucking done. Let's use that with the policing.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Well, that's
the problem is that
a federal cop and
a difference between the Army and a police union.
Yeah.
Army
Yeah.
does what the fuck they want. If they want to
Well,
throw you out, they'll throw you out, right, Chad?
Unlimited resources in an emergency.
And instead of the dumb fucking defund slogan where you know they have the reappropriate funds, when you reappropriate the funds, you just have one person who's in charge of monitoring Facebook and social media accounts of fucking. I mean, it's a new era we live in. You got to fucking make sure. Hey, who do we have fucking defending these people, and are they fucking subversive to the cause? I don't know. Maybe that's fucking un-American. I never thought about it.
That's exactly. It's called a good hiring practices. We should at least be doing this to the new guys. I don't think they're even vetting new cops like that. They don't give a fuck. That's the problem.
You know what? The problem is, and I know I don't want to get into this, but the problem is that the training is so it's clipped. There's so little training that goes into a new cop. That's the problem. It's not that they don't vet them. It's just like they don't put them through the ringer before they come out the other end. They just need bodies on the street, and that's basically the problem.
Yeah, they don't
oversimplify.
What is
they're
probably a
taking
police
too
academy?
Many applications that they should be fucking discarding.
They need to hire people, or they lose the funding.
They should probably do it the way they should do being a representative, and that it should be like jury duty. You should just draw being a cop for a year. Like, fuck, I'm a cop.
The Israeli army.
God damn. Yeah. And that way you get what you get, but you train them as best you can, but at least you fucking filter out, because definitely being a cop is the most attractive job profession. Right? You know, like
I would take advantage of that situation to the fullest, Erickson. I would exploit that fucking. I would while I was a cop, I would befriend all the drug dealers and let them go. And that way, when I was mandatory, not supposed to be a cop anymore, I'd be in with all the drug dealers, and I could have a better job than a cop.
Yeah.
Under my watch, on my beat, there'd be less arrests, but a lot of apples eaten.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be officer look the other way.
Yeah, for sure. And
but you'd still talk to your neighbors. You wouldn't be running people in.
It would be. The idea is, of course, I'm being facetious, but the idea is that you reimagine the job itself as a public service. It's a public service. It's your duty as an American citizen to serve on a jury and to be a cop for a couple of months, or to vote. And these are just part of the things you have to do.
Cop,
you have to go in the lottery, and you might get picked to be the congressman for 6 months. And you're like, fuck, now I got to go to Washington and be the stupid ass fucking congressman. I can't get out of this. That's the way it should be. And then, you just take your turn, and sometimes you get picked, sometimes you don't.
So a draft for public service, civil service?
Technically, a representative like that would be way more inclined to just represent the majority of the people in there. You know what I mean? I don't have a fucking stake in this, dude. I'm just here to say what you guys say.
You would have to ask your constituents what you wanted them to do, because you would have no fucking idea. What do you guys want me to do while I'm here? Hey, get us some more money
for. It wouldn't matter. There's a new guy coming in.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm just here for 2 years.
I would put a snack machine in all hallways.
How could that be
share
bad?
the wealth?
How could that be bad?
That's what vending machines, but the vending machines would be socialist vending machines. So if you were hungry and you needed a can of soup, it would be you just have a can of soup.
Wait, there's no such thing as a can of soup vending machine, Andy.
Well, there would be. It's
gonna be a busy first 100 days in an Andrus administration. It sounds like
just trying to
I gotta ramp you up.
Antifa weaponry.
You don't think we can put it? You don't think this country can put a can in a vending machine, sir? We put a man on the moon in theory.
We got millions and millions of vaccines we can't get into arms. And you're telling me you're gonna put a can of soup in
everybody's ignoring the obvious. They're like, well, who's gonna do all these injections? It's gonna be so. Hey, get the junkies on it. You know, bring the junkies into the fold. Here, spike this
Oh, you're
fella,
with needles?
tie him up. Yeah, they
Not
know how
afraid
to
of
do
needles?
needles. So
Sure, the fact that they're dirty and shaky, that shouldn't dissuade anybody.
yeah, but those
When
are
they put it in your arm, they lick the needle clean and go, "I got you."
but the junkies are only doing the injections on the people caught on the Capitol grounds. They're last. You're gonna get your shot done in prison, and here meet Larry, or that's just the
Those
first
people
name I
will
thought of
refuse.
as a junkie. But
Example.
brother Larry ain't a junkie. He's always been on the other end of the spectrum. Like heroin can affect a guy's timing, and Larry's always been a speed rapper.
Roger that.
Yeah, he's less Castle Rock.
Yeah, if you heard Larry doing his set on heroin, people would be like yelling out the punchlines, like, "Come on, Larry, where's your rhythm?"
Yeah, man. Oh shit! All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
We're late.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah. I don't think there's any need to apologize. Thanks for being out there, Patreon subscribers. We love you guys. What do we got to say at the end of this? Do we need to do anything here that we need to mention?
102.
This is yeah.
102, man.
Yeah, that's
What a
you
trip.
know when I
was just on
started
Highway 101. And
when
here
we
are.
started this podcast a year and a half ago, I started on the first couple episodes, the graphics. I like the first one was episode 001.
Yeah.
And I was putting the zeros in as a joke, like
Right.
the confidence it takes to think that we are for sure going to do 100. And then I realized after the first couple episodes that I was not going to keep doing this joke for however many years it took us to get to 100, because it's just going to look like an asshole for 99% of it. And but now we made it. We're here. We're at 102. That's pretty amazing to me.
And COVID bumped it up, but yeah.
Yeah.
We
got there quicker, but we're still gonna get there. I mean,
yeah. Fuck yeah. So and that's all because of you guys. So
it's always enjoyable to me, even if during the week in between I fucking decide that I don't ever want to talk to anybody ever again, and I'm done with all this, and I'm just figuring out how to tell all of you guys this, and then I don't do it. I say, no, just wait. And then every time I get in here, I'm so motherfucking glad because I love hanging out with you guys.
I look forward to it as well.
Me too. Thanks, guys. And thank you guys.
My sipping scotch is done, Andy. Look at that. One episode.
Look out, ladies. Scotch. Somebody's about to get violent. Somebody's about to mouth off and say mean things.
Or sleepy.
Hey,
yeah,
I don't think. Look,
shitty.
It's hockey season, man. Tracy's ready for a scrum right now.
Yeah, we don't have time to talk about it, but what she did to our poor drunk friend Doug last night is Jesus 2 nights ago.
Tracy Erickson, Tracy went on a runner that was reminiscent of Chilkoot Charlie's days, where like they get done on a Saturday night and then everyone starts partying, and then on Tuesday when I have to go back to work as the band, I'm the only one sober enough to go to work. They're still fucking partying. Tracy did 48 hours with Doug Stanhope. A big part of that was Doug's mimosa bar, which got her up early on a Sunday after being drunk for 15 hours on a Saturday. So she's carrying the torch for us, gentlemen.
Well, there's footage of Doug dancing around with his computer, and he looks like he was just like a dazed boxer on the ropes. And then there's a picture of him under a coffee table sleeping. Yeah.
I fought Sugar Ray so many times.
Ain't gonna be no rematch.
Oh shit! All right. Love you guys. See ya
later, guys. Take care.